Hey everyone, it's Richard here. I just wanted to share a journey that my wife and myself have been on for the last 3 years that has made such a massive difference in our lives, and I really think can make a big difference in yours. 3 years ago, if you looked at us from the externals, you would have said by all measures these people are successful. We didn't have high-paying jobs, but we had a very nice house. We have 3 children. We had a nice 4-bedroom house, nice sized garden that the children could go and play in. We went on nice holidays and we had nice cars. And yet under the surface, we also had a huge amount of debt that kind of lifestyle would rack up. And our debt was having a serious effect on us. And it was something that we really wanted to sort out and get control of. About 3 years ago, I also came across a blog that was talking about a different kind of lifestyle, one I'd never really considered before, and one which is becoming more and more mainstream, which was really about minimizing your lifestyle, starting to get rid of all of the clutter and stuff that you have, and making your life a lot more simpler. Me and my wife started to speak about this, and for the last 3 years, we've been on a journey to not just simplify our lives, but really address some of the issues that needed to be addressed when it came to our money and our finances, so that we could be in the best position we could be looking ahead at the future. And 3 years later, we have no debt, we don't owe anything on our credit cards or to loans. We still have 2 cars, which we owe nothing on. And we haven't upped our income, we haven't kind of gotten massive payouts, we haven't inherited a huge amount of money. And so I wanted to share the journey that we've been on for the last 3 years, because I'm really hoping that that will be able to help you and your family, or you and your partner, or just yourself as you begin to tackle your debt, or just want to really sort out your finances. Now, I'm not a financial planner, and so I cannot say that this will work for you. All I can say is that this is a journey we've been on, and it's worked really, really well for us. So let's rewind to 3 years ago. Mountains of debt, not knowing how to deal with it, and doing what any respectable person would. Went to YouTube and just started to do a huge amount of research, and stumbled across many apps which were kind of really good but didn't really work. Lots of ideas, really good but didn't work, and really kind of struggling to find something that would fit. But the underlying premise of them all was simply this, is you have to budget if you want to sort out your finances. There were 3 big barriers I faced in my budgeting, and they could be the same barriers you face. The first barrier was this. I looked at the budgets and they were just too complex. You had to use spreadsheets, you had to reconcile bank statements, you had to try and understand what your opening balances were, where things were at within your bank accounts, what happens if you had a credit card and how do you negotiate that. All of a sudden it just became way too complex to try and control what was happening with the money. Also, I felt like the complexity of the budgets never allowed for those unexpected expenses that would seem to come up month in and month out. And so the complexity of the budget just became a massive barrier to us being able to really change our financial situation. Secondly, the biggest issue that I had was laziness. I'd start off guns blazing, absolutely going to do this, I'm really excited, and by week 2 could not be bothered to change anything. It was just too much effort, too much hard work. And so even though we wanted to see big shifts, laziness at times really took a hold of us and became a massive barrier to us not just following the budget, but seeing the outcome that the budget could produce. Thirdly, I needed to change my mindset about money. I was never scared of money, but for me, I put very little value in money. And so if I had it, I'd spend it, and if I didn't, I wouldn't. And if somebody offered it to me, I'd take it. If a bank wanted to loan me money, why not? If they would give me a credit card, why not? And I put such little value in money that I didn't realize how quickly that money can become the very thing that drives you and owns you, over you really controlling your money. You might find yourself in that situation too. You may feel like I felt, which was kind of like, I can't see a way out. I don't know what to do to make this work. And so me and my wife 3 years ago are sitting in this position, really just wanting to understand, how do we begin to change where we're at and change the circumstances of our lives so that we can live freer, happier, and be debt-free, not owe anybody anything. So no matter what's going on, if you want to handle your money different, you honestly have to begin to budget. And I think that there could be 3 shifts initially that you need to make that are going to help you to begin to budget. The first is this: money is simply a means to an end. It's not the end in itself. Money cannot make you happy, and I really needed to change my own thinking on this. So often I thought that getting a bigger house, having better cars, and seemingly being more successful, I would become happier. In fact, the opposite is true. I'm only happy when I'm the best version of me that I can be. And that has nothing to do with money and everything to do with who I am and how I'm changing and the habits that I'm living. But the reality is either you're controlling your money or your money is controlling you. And if you're in debt, your money is controlling you. It limits you from living the life that you really want to live and to be really happy being the best version of yourself that you can be. The second shift you may need to make is simply this. You don't need to be great at maths to be able to be good at money. Money isn't a maths issue. Money really is a lifestyle issue. We pay for the lifestyle we want, and so money comes down to what kind of lifestyle are we trying to lead. You may need to change your lifestyle to be able to see the outcome you want when it comes to your finances. And thirdly, this is something I've only discovered 3 years on in my journey. It will cost you a lot less to have the lifestyle that will make you happy. A lot of times we perceive that having the kind of happy lifestyle we're after is also going to cost us a huge amount of money. We may be looking at social media at other people's posts and thinking, I need to be going on holiday X amount of times a year, I need to drive these cars, I need to wear this brand of clothing to be happy. The truth is that that stuff doesn't make you happy. And I think that instinctively we know it, and yet we all fall into that trap. But to actually have the lifestyle that will make you happy will end up costing you a lot less than you think. Me and my family, and there are 5 of us, are the happiest we've ever been living in a 3-bedroom flat that's a 5-minute walk away from the beach. Absolutely loving it, having more fun and enjoying it more than the big 4-bedroomed house that was costing a fortune for us to live in. And so I suppose for me the question came down to this, is how do I manage my money in as little time as possible with as little pain as possible? I needed something that was simple and easily understandable that I could put into practice immediately, but hopefully over the long term see good results coming from it. And that may be where you're at right now. I really hope you found this video helpful so far. We're going to be bringing out a part 2 of this video where I'm just going to speak more practically about some of the things me and my wife did, and also just give you a simple budget idea that you can put into practice straight away and hopefully start to see some shifts happening in your money. Hope you have a great rest of the day.